Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to take care of a keiki. Look at this keiki. If you look carefully, you will know that it is a keiki. Why? Because you can see that it grew from the stem of another orchid, and you can see that it is kind of big now. It almost, the leaf of this is almost as big as the leaf of the mother plant. It is a little bit hard for a newbie to distinguish which one is a normal orchid and which one is a keiki in this situation. But just look at this point. You can see that it grew from the stem of another orchid. So this one is the mother plant and this one is the keiki. And now I'm going to talk about how to take care of this keiki. So if you watch my previous video, you will know that this mother plant is one of the orchids that I saved several months ago. Most of my orchids were ruined because of the hot temperature in my country, and I try my best to save them, and each of them had got different problems, and this one got a rotten spot on the top or on the ground, and at that time I cured it with a pinch of limestone powder. You may think that after help it survived, it will grow again, but it won't. In this situation, when it got a rotten spot from the ground, look at this ground, it will not produce any new leaves again. So this mother plant won't grow normally again, but it is still alive. It will not have new leaves here. It will not produce any leaves or new roots or new spikes, but it is still alive. You can see this, it is still alive. So I try to save it because I hope that it will produce a keiki here, and yes, I have a keiki right here. But after producing a new keiki, if you watch my previous video, you may know that this keiki has no roots at all. It lived, but it took the nutrients, the energy from the mother plant. So actually, when you see a keiki which is grows from a mother plant, it's time for you to take care of the mother plant, not the keiki. Why? Because the keiki take the nutrients from the mother plant, so you need to take care of the mother plant. You should give the fertilizer and water for the mother plant, not the keiki. It's a big mistake that almost all the newbies, when you start growing orchids, you may think that this keiki is really small and is not healthy, and you have to take care of it. You have to spray all the water and fertilizer on this, but it is totally wrong. Why? Because at that time your keiki is not mature enough to get water and fertilizer by itself. It relied on the mother plant. So at that time, I don't think of how to take care of the keiki. I think of take care of the mother plant. And there is a rule that you have to remember when you take care of an orchid after it got some problem. In this situation, it got a rotten spot on the ground, so I will not water or spray to this spot again. Even other position of this plant, on the leaves, on the stem, I will not water or fertilize all over the plant again. I only give fertilizer and water to the roots. Or exactly in this situation, I only give it water on the bark. Or if you use other type of media, you can give it water just to the pot, just like me. And you cannot see any new roots of the mother plant, but with the old roots, it still absorbed enough water and fertilizer, and it will create energy and nutrients for the keiki to grow. And because you give the water and fertilizer only to the roots like this, so you will not have any rotten spots on the mother plant and on the keiki too. For several months, you will not see the roots of the new plant, but be patient and you can see it. It is right here, and even now it has a new root like this. It is the root of the keiki. See? Okay, I hope that you can see it well. Right here there is a new root of the keiki, and right here it has another root. But I still don't spray directly to these new roots. Why? Because as I said before, it had got rotten spot right here. You still can see it right here, but it is dry now. It is still a black spot here, but it is totally dry now. It cannot grow anymore. This is stopped growth. This spot, the rotten spot, stopped growing. But when you use water to spray all over the plant, you may create another another rotten spot to the plants. Why? Because you cannot kill all the bacteria or kind of fungi around the environment or inside the pot. And when you spray too much water on the leaves, you may make the leaves become easily for the fungi to penetrate to the leaves, and it may cause rotten leaves again. So that's why I never spray to the leaves again. I only spray to the media inside the pot, so the roots will try to reach the water and fertilizer under this area, and it will be stronger and stronger. You can see that when I use this method, the keiki will not grow as fast as you can see, as fast as you want, but it is still really healthy. And after a long time growing orchids, I know that if you are not patient, you shouldn't taking care of the orchids, because when you try your best to see the results fast, you may kill the orchid easily. Orchids and I mean, in this situation, it is a phalaenopsis, it is really sensitive with the environment around it, and if you force it to grow really fast, you may give it too much water and too much fertilizer, and you may kill it easily because when it has too much water and it is wet for a long time, it will have a lot of disease. That's why I have to be patient to take care of the orchid. I don't force it to grow as fast as I want. I just want it to grow slowly, but it is still healthy. It is my purpose. I want to keep it healthy, and in the future it will grow strong and stronger and stronger. It will produce new spikes in blooming season. That's what I want. And you can see here, I don't force it to grow roots. I just give water and fertilizer for the mother plant. And then after that, when it is big enough and it is mature enough, it really wants to take all the energy and all the fertilizer and water by itself to make sure that it has enough energy to grow. And at that time, it will produce new roots. So don't force it by using hormonal paste or something like that to force it to grow roots. Just give enough water and fertilizer for the mother plants, and the mother plants will help us to take care of the orchids until it is big enough. It will grow roots by itself. It's just like, I grow it kind of with natural method. It will take the energy, the water, the fertilizer that it wants, and it will be stronger because it has to try to reach the water inside the pots. So I will tell you now what I did exactly to take care of the mother plant when it has keiki here. You may think that, oh my God, when it is unhealthy and it has a keiki like this, it will want to eat more and drink more than a normal orchid. But that's not the case. I only use water and Epsom salt to take care of the mother plant. Or even now, when you see that the keiki has 2 roots, I still have only water and Epsom salt to take care of this. Why? Because there's so many type of fertilizers that you can use to take care of this. But I use Epsom salt because it's really easy for me, and I am kind of busy now. I work as a tutor, so this time I am very busy because I got a lot of students in this month. So I try to use the simple and easy method to apply to my orchid. And I only water this orchid once or twice a day. It depends on the humidity of the position that I put it. I grow it outside, so it is kind of dry and hot in this time in my country, so I have to water it once or twice every day. But if it is not that dry in your country, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't water or fertilize it once a day or twice a day. It depends on the situation, right? In this situation, you see that if I don't water it for 2 days, the leaves will become really soft and all the media will become really dry, so it's not good for the orchids. So I have to water it at least once every day. And I will use Epsom salt to take care of it. How I do this, it's really easy. I only use a pinch of Epsom salt to mix with about 100 ml of water in room temperature. You don't have to use cold water. You don't have to use hot water, of course. Hot water is not good for orchids. Only 100 ml of water, and you can use any type of water that you want, even the hot water. It doesn't matter because you don't spray to the leaves, so you don't see the difference if you use hot water or you use the water from or you use other types of water. It's not easy for you to distinguish the difference between those water. Just use any type of water that you want. Only one pinch of this, and I will have a pinch of Epsom salt, mix it well, and I have perfect liquids to take care of the orchids every day. I just have to make it once, and I can put this liquid. I can make about several liters, 5 liters to and keep it in a container, and in the morning, early in the morning, and about 5 p.m. in the evening when it is not really hot, I will use this water to take care of the orchids. I only pour it to the roots like this, only to the roots like this. Maybe when you pour to the roots, you make the a part of the orchids become wet like this, but it's okay because it's really dry outside, so it will be dry within 30 minutes. So if you keep your orchids inside, you have to take care of it. You have to pay attention. If all the water still, if after watering or fertilizing the orchids, after 30 minutes, you still see that the orchid is still wet, you have to reduce the amount of the water that you give the orchid. But in this situation, you can see that I pour it to the roots, but sometimes this part get wet, but after about 30 minutes, it will dry totally, so it's okay for this orchid. And you can see that it's really easy. Only a pinch of the Epsom salt to mix with water, and that's all. I only taking care of my orchids. I only take care of my orchids that way, and it grows not really well, but it is just enough nutrients for the orchids. And you can see that it grows leaves, and the leaves are really shiny and healthy now. And in the future, when it has more leaves, as you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves, but when it has about 5 leaves with so many roots here, I will apply other fertilizer for it to make sure that it can produce by in the blooming season. But now I don't give it too much nutrients, just enough for it to grow. And you can see that this mother plant is still alive, so when I pour it to the root like this, the mother plant will take the fertilizer and nutrient too, and it will help the orchids. It will help the baby orchid grow too. So I don't try to separate the keiki from the mother plants. I just give it like this, and in the future the mother plant will be dry and the keiki orchids will grow by itself. But it is the story of the future. Right now I still let it be like this. Okay, it is really easy, right? You don't have to pay attention for it every day. Just give it enough water with a pinch of Epsom salt. That's it. And after that, when it is big enough, I will give it other fertilizer, and I will talk about this in the future, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks later. I hope that you will wait to see the next video about this little guy. Thanks for watching and see you next time.